What's up, guys? Siege of the Bob's Burgers movie and Our House Fan 2008 here, and today I'm going to do a review on a movie that's really underrated and I think deserves a lot more attention, and that's This Is England. Came out in the year 2007, the same year as Ratatouille, the Simpsons movie, Futurama Bender's Big Score, Surf's Up, that piece of crap Shrek the Third, B movie, the god awful Spider-Man 3, etc. So basically, what the plot is, it's about this kid called Sean. He's always getting picked on. Yeah, he lost his dad. He had a dad that was in war, and he sadly lost him. And after that, he got picked on by a lot of people, and he hated the place around where he lives. And then one day, he went past these people who were trying to make him comfort, and then one of them go to his house, asked him to go with him, and then started being nice to them and all. And Sean starts hanging around with all these kids, and then all these people, and then he meets a guy called Combo. He becomes a skinhead and joins a gang, and that's what basically what the plot is. Now, guys, I first discovered this movie back in the year 2012. I was scrolling through YouTube. I saw this. I was like, "Oh, This Is England. What's that?" I was going through TV. Sorry, not YouTube. I was going through the TV. I saw this single. I was like, "Oh, This Is England. What's that?" So then I didn't watch it that time because I wasn't allowed for some reason. So then years later, I watched this movie. I gotta say, I freaking loved this movie. I understand why people love this show and why it was popular. So honestly, this is such an underrated gem. I really love this movie. I gotta say, now this movie does have funny moments, but has sad moments as well. Like, this movie is funny and sad at the same time, because I'll tell you why it's sad later on. But for now, I'm going to tell you all the funny bits. So let's get to the storyline. And this movie's absolutely good. I love the storyline. And this is basically telling us. I love how it's basically telling us what happened with England in the 1980s, which was really cool. This movie is set in the year 1983. This movie came out in 2007, but movie's set in 1983, which is really cool. Yeah, let's get to the characters are really good. Like, we have Sean. He's a really great character. I like Sean. And then we have Milky. Milky's a good character. I like Milky. We have Woody. I'm not talking about Woody from Toy Story or Woody from Brickleberry. I'm talking about Woody from in this movie. Yeah, he's a great character. I liked Woody. Lo was a great character. Then we have Smell, which she was a great character. I liked Smell. Her real name's Michelle, but we always just call her Smell for short. Um, Then we have Trev. Yeah, she was a great character. We have Pob. She was a great character. Gadget was funny. I loved Gadget. He's basically like Owen from Total Drama a little bit, except like a hungry god, if you know what I mean. Yeah, he's a bit funny. Yeah, then we have Meggie. Meggie's a great character, which he sort of looks like Carl Fredricksen from Up, except this movie came out a couple of years before it. Yeah, and then we have Kelly and Synth, Mr. Sadu. Yeah, they're all great characters. Pukey was a great character. Then we have Harvey. Now, Harvey wasn't in this movie that much, but he was a pretty good character. But I mean, he didn't appear much until like the 86 one, which this is single 86 will be my next review. So yeah, and yeah, Harvey was a good character. So he bullied Shaw, but he's still a good character. Then we have the villain Combo, which Combo, honestly, he was a great villain. I really liked Combo. He was a really great villain. But what he did at the end was kind of messed up. Where he said the N word, which honestly that was kind of messed up. He shouldn't have said the N word, but yeah. And when he was beating up Milky, that was just too sad. He did later regret it, which yeah. And honestly, I really love the scene in the movie where they're all doing a little montage, they're all hung around with each other, where they're all playing football, going swimming and all, honestly. And then when it's played the song, Louie, Louie, oh baby, no, 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 no. Yeah, honestly, that song, honestly, it reminds me. Every time I listen to that song, I feel like it makes me feel like I want to be born. I wish I could be born in the 80s. honestly, because of how like all the things work. Because they didn't have electronics. I mean, they did have electronics, but they didn't have phones back then, which honestly would have been great if we had. It would have been great if I was born that time with I could hang around with a lot of people and go anywhere I want. Oh. See, sometimes I wish I had friends like these, but I do have some friends like these, but like I wish I could everyone, if you know what I mean. It's nothing wrong with there's nothing wrong with the friends I have now, but yeah, I really loved the scene in the movie where they were in the house, yeah, and then Milky was sat next to Sean, and he said this to Sean, "You fancy smell, don't you?" And it was funny, Daddy. Then she stood up, and they started going, "Oh!" Yeah, that scene was funny. I really loved that scene. It was funny as. And yeah, and the scene where they were at the scenes where they were at a party, and honestly, I really love those scenes. I honestly really like those scenes. And if you guys have never watched this movie, I totally recommend it. It is because honestly, this is not. This is honestly one of the most funniest movies and one of the greatest movies of all time. This honestly deserves more attention. Like I've seen this movie so many times. I think it relates to me. This movie so relates to me a bit, guys, because back then I didn't really have much friends, and people just really, I just really hated people a lot back then. But then at some point, I found a lot of friends, and they just accept me who I am, and I just hung out with them since. Honestly, it relates to me a lot, really does. But yeah, there aren't any characters I hate in this movie actually, which is not a joke. But Mr. Masandu, I will admit, Mr. Sandu, I did say he was a great character, so maybe I'll say he wasn't that great of a character in this movie, but in the TV series, he was a pretty good character. He became a good character, so yeah. You get what I mean. It's kind of like Matthew from Big Mouth, where I hate Matthew with Big Mouth season 1, but in season 2 onwards, he was a great character. Which, yeah, you'll probably get what I mean, but yeah. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this review. If you've never watched this movie, I totally recommend it. It's so good. It's such a great movie. I really love this movie. It's really, really good. So yeah, thank you all for watching this video, and stay tuned for my next video. My next review will be on This Is England 86. So stay tuned for that, and goodbye.